And I'm back. That was quick. I rebroadcast it within 10 seconds. Now I hope the game hasn't frozen on me. Oh my god, Twix with chocolate, with white chocolate? Awesome. White chocolate, caramel, and a cookie. I always wondered why the cookie in the Twix has holes in it. But it's not because the cookie is more expensive. It's probably to have the caramel stick to the cookie a bit better, so it won't slide off. These are the musings that actually, yeah, I wonder about. Would be nice if the game would load. If it doesn't, I'll set this video to private and reboot the game. I might have frozen it. The game doesn't handle going to a desktop environment, cross menu bar environment very nicely. But it's loading. So I got some stuff to say about 9 trends with artificial intelligence. This is an article I would have read anyway, so why not read it now so you can follow along. The thumbnail is up. Excellent. I'm really taking care of business with the new editor. I'm going to change the title a bit. There you go. Numbering them doesn't really matter. If I get number 6 in or 7, I'll just rename it. In fact, I think I can put a placeholder in place. So, AI. I'll give you the intro, the one I did in the last video as well. AI has become a hot topic. It has not only changed our lives, but it has disrupted every industry. Despite all this, people have a very different perception about it. Some might consider it as a bad thing, because we are told that it will take your job away. On the other hand, AI advocates continue to think of AI as an enabler which will reduce your burden and make your life easier by automating things. So what I ended on was the observation that yeah, it's possible, I can kind of rent artificial intelligence from IBM. Get him, good. I would have an artificial intelligence listen to my beats, the ones I make, to my songs, and make songs just like them. So I don't have to make all these songs, I can just play them. And somebody will probably steal that idea, and I put it on the interwebs. Ah well. So we have, oh, I can do this, right? Sergeant is in there. Sergeant is a bit weak. She's only bronze. So whether you like AI or not, if you're interested in what it means, then you're at the right spot. In this article we will look at some of the biggest AI trends in 2019. Number 1, AI-enabled chips will go mainstream. Unlike other technologies and software tools, AI depends heavily on specialized processors. Excuse me. So it's not something you can emulate with software. Chip manufacturers will create specialized chips capable of running AI-enabled applications. I got a cough for a bit. And I'm back. Okay, back. Even tech giants such as Google, Amazon, Facebook and Amazon will spend more money on these specialized chips. These will be used for specialized purposes involving AI such as natural language processing, computer vision, and speech recognition. So not only will you be looking at your computer will be looking back at you. I used to do a troubleshooting job for companies, and every so often someone would call me and say, I got a problem, so what's up? And they'd say, I'm behind the computer. And I would say, well, there's your problem. You need to go sit in front of the computer. Number 2, AI and IoT, which means Internet of Things, meet at the edge. So artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things meet at the edge. We'll probably start embedding nanochips into even the asphalt that's on the road. We'll install nanochips in buildings. So 2019 will be the year when we see convergence of different technologies with AI. The Internet of Things will join hands with AI on edge computing layer. Edge computing layer. I need to see what that is. Industrial Internet of Things will harness the power of AI for root cause analysis, performing predictive maintenance of machinery, and detect issues automatically. Wow, I really got a bad cough. Okay, this is where I quit. No more points in it for me. I'm seeing stars. Wow. That means my brain is starved of oxygen. All right. We will see the rise of distributed artificial intelligence in 2019. Intelligence will be decentralized and will be located closer to the assets and devices that are carrying out routine checks. Highly sophisticated machine learning models that is powered by neural networks will be optimized to run on edge. Okay, then what is edge? I know it's the bass player from U2. Number 3, say hello to AutoML. Okay, so XML but automated? One of the biggest trends that will dominate the AI industry would be automated machine learning, AutoML, okay. With automated learning capabilities, developers will be able to tinker with machine learning models and create new machine learning models that are ready to handle future AI challenges. So it programs itself.
Hey, Kravens.
Hey, welcome to the show, man. It's a bit boring, so I'm also reading an article about artificial intelligence. Fascinating. Let's see. Let's go to the YouTube page. Number 4, welcome to AIOPS. When AI is applied to how we develop applications, it will transform the way we use to manage the infrastructure. Development operations will be replaced by artificial intelligence operations and will enable your IT department staff to conduct precise root cause analysis. They're going to take my previous job. I used to be an analyst. Additionally, it will make it easy for you to find useful insights and patterns from huge data set. Let's see if I get to the watch page already. And it's going to warn me again. Okay, we're good. Let's see. Let's finish that part of the article. Crap. Come on. Hey, Alex. Welcome back. I'm currently standing number 2 in the world. should check this out. Look to your right at the bottom. That's PvP. I don't play a lot. The other game mode is CPU defense. Look at that. Number 2 spot. High score 133, 307. So that's a nice lucky coincidence from grinding ammo. I need another 17,413,807. Let's go. And I was reading this
I saw it, GG.
Hey, thanks, man. It was great. Yeah, I got really excited. I got to wave 44, and then the game broke. I broke guns up. So I was also... I'm going to go back to the artificial intelligence article in a bit. I left you at when AI is applied to how we develop applications that will transform the way we used to manage infrastructure. Artificial intelligence will enable your IT staff to conduct precise root cause analysis, which is my old job. I had to analyze with limited information. I had to find the problem. Mostly it was a chair to keyboard interface problem. CKI. We used to do that as an acronym because you cannot do that in the official logs because it's kind of insulting. You might probably get what I'm getting at. A chair to keyboard interface is the user. So it's 95% of the time it's the user that's the problem. Chair to keyboard interface. That cracked me up. Nice. So I'm going to let them come a bit further. Just step into my lair. Let's get the wave, whatchamacallit, as soon as possible. And I have to deploy these specials now, because I'm not going to get any other specials. So they're about to cross into cyberspace. The game doesn't render much further than this because it doesn't need to. So all these wonderful gold vets commandos are going to turn back into zeros and ones. And I'm pretty sure that's how I broke the game. It shows that I was an IT specialist, I was an analyst. The problem here is because the game doesn't render and it's all ones and zeros, and you don't need, say, you go ahead another 10%. If you look at the screen, if half of the screen was added to the other side, so if they would walk, they would actually, let's say they do like a couple of inches of screen. After that, it's no point stressing the processor with all the graphics. And even a little bit further, then you would probably stop having the unit do any damage at all, because there's no point, because the game doesn't render it and the user cannot see it. So if my units stop doing damage, they're just going to be in a standoff. The enemy units won't do any damage, you're just going to just keep shooting at each other and nothing will happen. That's how the game crashes. Either that or they're too scared to come out. Probably that. So I was talking about a root cause analysis. This artificial intelligence will take my regular job, and I will be able to focus more on the root causes of analysis. Also, it'll make it easy for me to find useful insights. Damn it. Damn it. I don't want this chip. Stop it with the chip. Oh, I'm getting annoyed now. Come on. Alright. Kill it. I'm going to restart the browser because I really want to read that article. I would have read that article anyway. I think it's a cool thing. Look at the frame rate. Game cannot handle my gameplay anymore. Okay, the 20 million grind. I need to upgrade these last structures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I might need about 25 million actually. I'll do a more advanced calculation in a bit. So my internet's crappy now. Okay.
Can you turn the volume down a bit? It is destroying my headphones and I can't hear the trends.
Sure, man. About this much. Listen. It'll also allow me to speak a little slower. So 25, that's not really good, is it? But I'm at almost 18,000. Once I get to 20k, actually once this wave is destroyed, there's no more good money in it. These veteran waves, they don't provide any ammo boxes. 5 minutes in, 20k. That's 4,000 every minute. 20k, I'm going to need 15 matches per million. This could take a while. 50 matches per million, 15, it's 240 minutes. So,
Impact.
4 hours for every million. Hey, welcome to the show, man. Drop a comment so I can give you a shout out. Let's get that article back. Go back to the 9 trends you're going to find in artificial intelligence. Alright, stay calm, Kravens. No big deal. Okay, there's a little bit more money in it. Look on top, that scroll.
Are you still on the 20 million grind?
Yes, I think it's more like I'm going to need 25 million. And since you guys are just all tuning in, I'll complete this wave. Usually I would have stopped playing about 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago. After that, the game doesn't net no more like 4,000 every minute, but it's more like 1,000 every minute. Off stream, I also grind like this, but then after 5 minutes, I just surrender. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So every 5 minutes, I get 20k. That means for 3 hours, I can get a million. I'm already at almost 2.5. Guesstimate, 3 hours times 20, 60 hours. Wow. That's going to take a bit. But the idea is to upgrade all the structures in one go. If I do it incrementally, I'm less likely to get the high score.
You can upgrade everything, right?
Hey Swagger man, you're back. Yes, I'm still on that 20 million grind. Your last comment is not coming through here. So the chat is kind of slow. My calculation yields that I'm going to need about 25 million to upgrade all these structures. 60 hours. I've got a good rhythm going. I wake up about 10 a.m. After that, I write songs and program sequencing, do mix downs, produce, master the recordings, make video clips. That takes about 5 hours.
He is going to upgrade the bunkers that is not level 19 or level 20.
So around 3 p.m. every day, I'll be playing Guns Up. I'll do a couple of these CPU defense, and then I'll eat. I'm turning this channel into a Guns Up only channel. I will be doing some GTA every Friday. GTA Friday. And every Monday I'll just post the highlights. I'm not going to do any live streams on Monday. I'll just post the highlights of the last week in a short little video, because that's what people do. What are you going to do with the 20 million? Yes, I can upgrade everything. So over here I had my level 21 bunkers and snipers, and I got at least 6 or 7 of each. And we're going to do them all at one spot, because if I do it incrementally, slowly, I'm less likely to reach the championship score. There's one guy above me, he's got 170,000. But if I wait and then upgrade everything at the same time, plus it's kind of for a catchy kind of title. It establishes some kind of continuity in the game. So you're going on this journey together with me. And I hope you guys are rooting for me a bit. Come on, man, you can do it. I've seen a lot of improvement in the channel in the last year. First I had a really bad microphone.
Guns Up needs to be an FPS game, its way to laggy. Emoji expressionless face.
He's going to upgrade. Guns Up needs to be a FPS game, it's way too laggy. A frames per second game or a first person shooter game? What I would do if I wrote Guns Up, I would make a hero ability or a hero perk where you could take control of one of the characters in 3D. If you could have like a real Rambo or a James Bond kind of figure or a spy or something like that, that would be awesome. Which you can then individually, or I would use nukes. You know, you receive a nuke after a while. Okay, if you just tuned in, I was discussing artificial intelligence. I'm no longer into economics or politics or diplomacy. I kind of have an eye on where the warfare is, and I'm really interested in artificial intelligence. So let's go. Number 5 trend in 2019 is going to be neural network integration. One of the biggest challenges that AI developers will face when developing neural network models will be to select the right framework. With dozens of artificial intelligence tools available in the market, choosing the best AI tool might not be as easy as it used to be. And finish that part. The lack of integration and compatibility among different neural network toolkits is hampering AI adoption. Tech
Talking about
giants
politics,
such as
I am from Czech
Microsoft and
Republic.
Facebook are already working on development of an open neural network exchange. This will let developers reuse neural networks models across multiple frameworks. Neural networks and artificial intelligence should be open source. That's key. Talk about politics. You're Czech. Oh, you're from the Czech Republic? You guys have an amazing soccer team. Whenever we in Holland, we play the Czechs, we get a little bit scared. I think the capital is Bratislava. Am I correct? I used to be real good at topology, geography, politics. Yeah, I can be pretty short about that. I'm not really into politics anymore, but we do see a trend to more authoritarian governments. And you know what? I can imagine.
Noted as Prague. Bratislava is Slovakia.
Oh, I'm bad. It's Prague? Oh, dude, I'm such an idiot. I really need to go to Prague. That's a beautiful city. I've never been to the east because I was raised in the Cold War, where you couldn't go to Poland or Hungary or Czechoslovakia or Yugoslavia. But I've seen pictures. And you guys invented beer, right? Wow. For that alone. But I did see pictures of Prague, and it's an extremely pretty city. It's really nice. 2 destinations I still want to go to is Berlin and Prague. And Athens. That would be a blast. I've been to Rome, I've been to Paris, I've been to Madrid, I've been to Cologne, I've been to Tunisia, and I've been to Sweden, I've been to Britain. Yeah, I've been around. But I would definitely visit Berlin for the nightlife and just for the city, because I was never allowed. So yeah, good thing that's a nice segue from the Cold War. used to be that all of Eastern Europe was under communist rule. So there was an extremely left socialist-like political body, which was really bad because there was no freedom. Not really. And what happens in left-wing totalitarianism is you get the effect of I'm holier than you are. So they're like, I'm more of a socialist than you are. And then you start ratting on each other. You start snitching on each other and saying that, you can see that in North Korea. Over there they will snitch on the parents. If your parents are listening to rock music, the kid will call the police and tell on his parents. So you're killing your own, literally. On the right wing, where you have fascism and shit like that, that's where you try to kill the others. You try to kill the other tribe, and you blame everything on the other tribe. But left wing, extreme totalitarianism, they kill your own. You kill your own people. I even dislike right wing even more because it's stupid. Nationality is a stupid thing. Being proud of having saying like my nationality is the best nationality is saying like my wife is the best wife, and if you could fuck my wife, you would leave your wife. It's really stupid because you're attributing pride to something you had nothing to do with. It's purely coincidental. You were born there. You weren't asked to be born Dutch, but yeah, okay, I'll deal with it. And my original point is, because the left-wing totalitarians have dominated Eastern Europe for so long, we're now seeing a resurgence to the other side. And I'm worried a bit that, for instance, in Hungary you have a prime minister called Orban, I think, and he's a little bit too much to the right for my taste. Again, it's not my problem, it's not my country. But I can understand why people are very nationalistic. Because what else are you going to do? You can't go back to communism. That sucked. I'm really happy that all the communists are gone. Because they killed their own. So there's politics. So I'm a little bit worried about Eastern Europe and all the authoritarian people. What really strikes me is that it's illegal in Poland to talk about the Holocaust. Hitler really hated the Jews. He was going to send them all to Madagascar, which is an island off the coast of Africa, but he ran out of time. So he put them in trains, sent them mostly to Poland, to the camps. But it's now illegal in Poland to even talk about those camps. And yeah, I'm like, okay, what are you doing? You have to recognize the mistakes you made in the past. Otherwise, there's no future for you. You gotta. What are you gonna do? You're gonna tell everybody to not say stuff? That goes against everything I believe in. Freedom of speech. We have incredible freedom of speech here in the Holland. You can go right up to the edge. You can publicly wish that someone was dead. If I were to say, I think that guy, I wish he was dead. I can say that. That's my freedom. But I cannot say, okay, let's kill that guy. That's where that's hate speech. That's where I could be punished. The thing is, people, if you repress that speech, if you repress the people that say that the Jews are to blame, or the Africans are to blame, or it's all fault of the Russians, if you repress that, they will go underground and they will feel vindicated because they could say, look, my government is oppressing me. We should change the government because they will not allow me to speak and have elections. If you let them speak and you have elections, they will make a fool of themselves. The people will see real quickly that they're being idiots. And that is democracy, and that's worth fighting for. I disagree with most of the stuff some of the people say, but I would fight and die for their right to say it. I'm getting really passionate about this. Myself, I'm a liberal progressive. This means I don't want the government in my house. The government stops at my front door. Whatever I do behind my front door is my business. Whether I have a certain religion or want to put something in my body they think I shouldn't put in there. You know, if I want to have fun with friends and do something, that's not their business. But I'm also progressive, which means I would like to pay taxes, to build good roads, to make hospitals, and to teach. Because I like to have people in my country that are educated and healthy. If you have stupid and sick people in your country, that's not a good thing. So I'd gladly pay a little bit more tax to have good roads, schools, and hospitals. But for the rest, I want the government out of my business. And adjacent to that comes the freedom of speech issues. I think that everybody should be able to speak freely, up and until the point where you start to incite violence. You're not allowed to incite violence. You have freedom of speech within the law. If I go to a movie theater and I start screaming there's a fire, and then a couple of people get hurt because they're trampling, I should be prosecuted and punished.
We just talked about Jews in school. Hitler wanted to find someone to blame for the problems after the WW1, so he said the Jews are th.
Okay. Well, we just talked about Jews. In school, Hitler wanted to find someone to blame for the problems after WW1. So he said the Jews are the problem. It wasn't very known. Yeah. There's Germany is a very weird case. For instance, the country of Holland, my country, has been one country for about 350 years. We were the first modern republic. But Germany wasn't a real country until 1870. Before that, it was 300 small castles, 300 little kingdoms. And it took Wilhelm to unite the Germans in 1870. That's not so long ago. And because Germany became a country so late, they messed up. They had to go from a medieval culture to a modern culture in 50 years. And that's where they messed up. They were just too young. I'm not apologizing for it. It's real bad still. But they were just too young of a country and they didn't grow. They had to grow too quick. Another good example is Japan. They went from a medieval culture to a modern culture within 20 or 30 years. We just went to the Japanese and said, okay, you're going to be a Western country now. And within 20 to 30 years, they had to go from medieval, where you have a feudal society, you know, like barons and you have warlords and stuff, into a modern. And that went really wrong as well. So Japan and Germany are countries that had to grow up too quick. I studied history, literature, and philosophy. I know what I'm talking about. I've never regretted studying up on that, because if you know your history, you will know your place in history, and if you know your place in history, you will know your destiny. And there's two other things that can make you have a good lens, you have like a pair of glasses which you can use to look at society, and you see it better. You see it like a microscope. You can look at society, and that's literature. A lot of books have been written, and some of these books are better than the science even. And then, of course, philosophy. It's the art of asking the right questions. The right questions are: what is good? What is bad? What is true? What is false? What is beautiful? And what is ugly? What are those things? What is that? That's pretty cool, man. I have a basic degree from the university, and every day I still think about these things, and it kind of gives me a nice little buzz. I kind of feel good after that. It's weird because scientists, they derive pleasure from the chemical factory that is your brain when you think about these things. And the game crashed. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Check you guys out.